Now assume that if S is a byte array, let's say we are trying to store a string, the string of characters in C. So how would you calculate the offset value? So first of all, we have seen already that the character is stored as a byte, each character. So assume that we are declaring a string. A string is declared as an array in C with the multiple characters, so CSE 3666. Okay, so it will be stored in memory like this, because each character is represented in a byte. So, and the ASCII values are stored. Okay, so we have discussed what are the ASCII values. So here the ASCII values, so if you remember, I mentioned that the uppercase A has an ASCII value of 65. So uppercase B would be 66, uppercase C is 67, and so on. Okay, so when we store a string in C, the compiler automatically appends a null character at the end of the string just to distinguish that the string is finished. Okay, and that null character has a value 0. Now you might be asking, wondering about like CSE 36, for example, CSE 3500. Okay, so that 0 in a string has a different ASCII value. It is somewhere, I think it's 50 something. Okay, but the actual 0, the ASCII 0 corresponds to the null character. Okay, which you may assume in Python as none. Okay, so when we have to read the string or copy the string, we must always look for the null character, which signifies that the string is finished. The data that we want to copy is finished. Okay, so here copy string S to D. Suppose the S base address is in A1, D's base address is in A0, and C is in T0. So you can copy the value of C into first the temporary register T0. Okay, and this is a piece of code, C code. Do while loop, are you familiar with do while loops? So it runs exactly once at least, and then check for the condition. So here we are running the code, copying the Si into C. It's just like a temporary variable. C is a temporary variable, and the copy that C into Di, another location in a memory, say D, and then increment I by 1, and then check for if C is a valid character. Okay, so as long as C is a valid character, then it will keep looping until it encounters a null character. Okay, so we have to convert this into RISC-V code. So what would be the first thing you would do in the RISC-V instruction? If you're writing a RISC-V instruction, how would you write it? Try writing it on your notebook, and then we'll discuss. Let's spend like 3 minutes on this. So the code is written in front of you. So char C may corresponds to a simple temporary register that we will be using to hold the value, intermediate value, Si or Di.